Hello everyone. So today we are going to study about First Anglo-Sikh War, which is a very famous war in the history. So Anglo means which belongs to England. So that's why it was a war between England and Sikhs. That's why it is known as Anglo-Sikh War. So in this video we will know that what were the causes behind this first war and which main battles were fought in this war and what was the aftermath of first Anglo-Sikh war. So in order to know about the details, let's start this video. First Anglo-Sikh war started in 1845 and ended in 1846. Now we will discuss about the different causes behind the first Anglo-Sikh war. And the first and the most prominent point is that British eyed to take control over Punjab. As the area of Punjab was divided into two parts according to the Treaty of Amritsar, which was signed between British and East India Company. So according to that treaty, the northern side of Satluj was given to Maharaja Ranjit Singh and the southern side was given to the East India Company. But after the death of Maharaja Ranjit Singh in 1839, the British were trying to take control of whole Punjab. So that's why this was the biggest reason for First Anglo-Sikh War. Second reason, that British expansion near Satluj River. So British had brought its forces, its army was deployed near Satluj River. So when the number of soldiers was increased by the British, so the Sikhs also thought that these British are trying to take control over Punjab. That's why the Sikhs were also preparing for a war with the British. Third one is British and Sikhs didn't trust each other because British were thinking that the Sikhs might attack on their area at any time, and Sikhs were thinking that British had their own expansionist idea and they want to expand themselves in their area also, means on the northern side of Satluj. So that's why it was also the main cause behind this war. Fourth one is internal disturbance in Sikh kingdom. So as after the death of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, now the internal skirmishes started between the different rulers who were the rulers of Punjab, like Maharaja Khadak Singh, Nauniyal Singh, Maharaja Dalip Singh, and Maharaja Sher Singh. So all these emperors, they were fighting with each other. And even the Dogras, they were trying to disband Sikh army and to make their own control over the whole area. So because of this internal disturbance in the Sikh kingdom, the British were trying to take control of this area because this was the best opportunity for them, as no one was going to stop them from doing this because Sikh army was already busy in their internal disturbance. Now we will talk about different battles which were fought during First Anglo-Sikh War. Before this, we have to understand the difference between the two words battle and war. Battle means a military conflict on a smaller area. And on the other side, war means a military conflict on a larger area where there is more violence and more bloodshed. Like when two nations fight with each other, that is known as war. So, the first battle which was fought in the first Anglo-Sikh war was Battle of Mudki, and this is the most prominent battle in Anglo-Sikh wars. And Battle of Mudki was fought on 18 December 1845, and the area of Mudki lies near Firozpur, and it is about 20 kilometers from Firozpur. So the British, they were stationed at Mudki at that time, and the Sikh army crossed over the river Satluj. You can see the river Satluj in the map, on the first map, that the Sikh army crossed over this area near, which was near Firozpur, and both the armies met at the place of Mudki, which is a small town today. Now let's talk about the commanders of both the armies. So Sikh army was led by two commanders, Lal Singh and Tej Singh. And on the other side, British army was led by Sir Hugo and Sir Henry Harding. So these were the military generals who were leading their own armies. Let's talk about the army strength now. So Sikhs had 14,000 soldiers in the Battle of Mudki. And on the other side, British had 12,000 soldiers. So if we see the number game, then Sikhs were more in number. But still, the result is different from it. So the winner of this battle was British. And if we talk about the casualties, then about 872 soldiers of British, they were killed in this battle, and the number of Sikh casualties is still unknown. Some historians say that 1,000 soldiers were killed. Some claim that more than 2,000 soldiers were killed. So still the number is confused. They are not clear about it. In the second map which you are seeing on the screen, you can see that the spots which are in red color, they show the army of British, and the spots which are in blue color, they show the army of Sikhs. So although the Sikhs were in large numbers, but still they were defeated. And now we will talk about the causes behind their defeat. The first main reason behind the defeat of Sikh army was that Lal Singh and Tej Singh, they had deceived the Sikhs in this battle, because they were on the side of British and they were working according to the instructions of British. So that's why they deceived the Sikh army. So in Mudki we see that only Lal Singh had brought his army of 14,000 soldiers. But on the other side, Tej Singh had 30,000 soldiers which was stationed at Firozpur cantonment by him. So he never gave them any orders to fight in this battle. So these soldiers were not a part of this battle. So that's why this was also the biggest reason behind the defeat of the Sikhs. And second biggest reason behind the defeat was that Sikh army was using the obsolete ways to fight this battle. They had old weaponry like swords and spears and lancers. But on the other side, British army was well equipped with the modern weaponry at that time, like the cannons and the guns. So that's why they were able to win this war. In this series of battles, the second battle was Battle of Firozshah, which was fought on 21st December 1845. So Firozshah is a village which is in Firozpur, and this area is also near Mudki, which was the place of the first battle of Anglo-Sikh War. So now we will talk about the commanders who were leading the armies in Battle of Firozshah. So from the side of Sikhs, again Lal Singh and Tej Singh, they were leading the army of Sikhs. And on the other side, British army was led by the same officers, Sir Hugo and Sir Henry Harding. So the commanders were same who were there in the first battle of Mudki. So this battle was fought between the army of Sikhs and the British. Now we will talk about the numbers in the army. So there were about 18,000 soldiers who were fighting from the British side. And on the other side, there were 44,000 soldiers from the Sikh side. So here you can clearly see that Sikhs totally outnumbered the British soldiers. And still the winner again was British. And if we talk about the casualties, then 748 British soldiers died in it and 1625 were injured. And if we talk about the Sikh army, then about 3000 soldiers of Sikhs, they were killed in this battle. So in this way you can see that although Sikh army was quite huge in number, but still they were defeated. Again the main reason was the treachery of Lal Singh and Tej Singh, because they were not fighting this battle very seriously. And when the ammunition and was needed at that time by the Sikh army, then the ammunition was not provided on time. So that's why this was the biggest reason behind the defeat of the Sikh army, because Sikhs were out of ammunition, but ammunition was not provided by Lal Singh and Tej Singh, because they were on the side of British. So they were secretly working in favor of the British officers. That's why the Sikhs were not able to win this war. And on the other side, we have seen that in the Battle of Firozshah, the Akali army fought very valiantly. So Akalis were fighting with their own traditional method, with the swords and the spears. So there were many horse riders in this army. So initially British were quite surprised with the attack, because they were unable to control the Akali army, which was also known as Nihang army. So as these people are quite valiant and their roots are joined with the 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who had made this army. So initially British were fighting with them, and British thought that they are unable to win over them. But because of treachery of Lal Singh and Tej Singh, the British were able to win this battle. So in the second picture, which you can see on your screen, this is the map of the battlefield of Firozshah. Again the red spots, they are showing the British army, and blue ones, they are Sikh army. So Sikh army was confined at one place, but it was surrounded from all sides by the British army. So they were defeated in this battle. So the third battle was Battle of Baddoval. So Baddoval area lies in Ludhiana district, and this battle was fought on 21 January 1846. Now let's talk about the commanders of both the armies. So Sikhs were led by two commanders, Ranjot Singh Majithia and Akali Hanuman Singh. So Ranjot Singh Majithia, he was son of Desa Singh Majithia, who was a famous minister in the administration of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. And on the other side, Akali Hanuman Singh, he was the seventh Sikh leader of Buddha Dal. So both these two leaders, they were quite famous at that time. And on the other side, British army was led by Sir Henry Smith. So in this battle, the winner were Sikhs, and the Sikhs defeated the British very badly in this battle. So here you can see that the Sikhs were the clear winner in this battle. So the fourth battle was Battle of Aliwal. So Aliwal lies in the district of Taran Taran today. And this battle was fought on 28 January 1846. So in this map you can see Aliwal, which is just near Taran Taran. So if we talk about the commanders, then Sikhs were led by Ranjot Singh Majithia, and he is the same person who led the army of Sikhs in the Battle of Baddoval. And on the other side, British army was led by Sir Harry Smith. Now if we talk about the strength of army, then British had 12,000 soldiers who were fighting in this battle, and Sikhs had 20,000 soldiers. Means again they were 8,000 more in number than the British soldiers. But still the result was quite opposite than our expectation. The winner again was British. So the British defeated the Sikh army. And if we talk about the casualties, then from British side 141 soldiers died and 413 were injured. And from the Sikh army 3,000 soldiers had died. So in this way Ranjot Singh Majithia lost this battle of Aliwal. So the last battle was Battle of Sabraon. And Sabraon is an area in Taran Taran. It is a village of Taran Taran. And this battle was fought on 10th February 1846. So in this first map you can see the area of Sabraon. Next we talk about the commanders. So in commanders, the Sikh army was led by Lal Singh, Tej Singh, Shyam Singh Atariwala, Ranjot Singh Majithia. So all these famous Sikh leaders, they were leading the army of Sikhs. And on the other side, if we talk about British, then Sir Hugo and Sir Henry Harding, these two officers were leading the Battle of Sabraon from British side. Now if we talk about the strength of army, So British had 20,000 soldiers at that time, and 6 were fighting with 26,000 soldiers. Again, the number of 6 soldiers is more than the British. But the winner again was British. And if we talk about casualties, then 2,300 soldiers of British died in this battle. But 6 suffered a huge loss. About 10,000 soldiers of 6 they were killed in this battle. So it was a big number of soldiers of 6 who were killed in this battle very mercilessly by the British. And now we will talk about the main reasons behind the defeat. So as we know that again Lal Singh and Tej Singh they were leading the army. So they were already the traitors. So they fled from the battlefield. When the battle was going on, they fled from the battlefield and there was no one who was leading the Sikh army. And on the other side, Shyam Singh Atariwala, he was fighting very valiantly. Ranjit Singh Majethia also fought very valiantly. But because of the treachery of these two officers, Lal Singh and Tej Singh, they were not able to win this battle. Secondary reason is that again the modern weaponry of the British. And the third reason was that Sikh army was confined near Satluj river. In the second map you can see that the boxes which are in blue color they are showing the army of the Sikhs and red boxes are showing British army. So British they had brought the Sikh army near the river Satluj and now they were confined in this area. The Sikhs were unable to escape to any side because on one side there was a dry Nala which was also known as Buddha Nala and which at that time it was overflowing with water because of heavy rains. And on the other side there was river Satluj which was also overflowing and the only bridge on that river it was also broken. So this was the reason that now they were trapped in this area. So that's why the Sikhs suffered a huge loss in this battle. So these were all the 5 battles and out of these battles 4 were won by the British and only one battle was won by the Sikh army. So although Sikhs fought very valiantly, very bravely, but even then because of their leaders, because they became leaderless at that time, as no able leader was leading them. So this is the biggest reason behind the defeat of the Sikh army in all these battles. Because no able leader was leading them. They had become leaderless. And we know that when we become leaderless, then the army can't win a war. You can take example of a match also. Like a cricket match, if the captain is not doing anything, he is not giving instructions to the players who are in his team, then even then the team is not able to win this match. So the same happened with the Sikh army as they became leaderless at that time. Now we will talk about the aftermath. Aftermath means the consequences of this war. So after this war, a treaty was signed between both the armies, means Sikh army and British army, on 9 March 1846. So it was a peace treaty between the two armies. So what were the conditions laid in this treaty? We will discuss them. So the first one is that the Sikhs were asked to surrender the area of Doaba. So Doaba is a region which is between Satluj and Beas river. So in this map you can clearly see that the area which is in pink color, that is known as Doaba. So this area was handed over to the British Army. Next aftermath is that Sikhs were asked to pay 15 million rupees as a fine or war reparations. And Sikhs said that we are unable to give such a huge amount at that time. So that's why they had to sell off the area of Jammu and Kashmir to the British. And furthermore, this area which was given to the British again sold this area for 7.5 million to Gulab Singh, who later on became the next Maharaja of Jammu and Kashmir. So the third aftermath is that British army was stationed permanently in Punjab region. So as during the time of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, according to the treaty, the British had to remain away from this area of Punjab. They had to remain in the south of Satluj. But after winning the first war between Sikhs and British, the British army controlled over this area, so that's why they stationed their army permanently there. And the fourth consequence of this battle is that Maharani Jind Kaur, who was working as a regent for Maharaja Dalip Singh at that time, she was given an annual pension of 1,50,000 rupees. And even this pension was given to her for just a few months, and after that this pension was stopped and she was sent to exile in Nepal. So in this way we see that the Sikhs suffered a huge blow after the first Anglo-Sikh war, and although they were more in number, still they were not able to win this war because they had not the modern weaponry and modern techniques, and also because of the treachery of their commanders like Lal Singh and Tej Singh, they were not able to win this battle. And we know that when we become leaderless, then what happens with us? So same thing happened with the Sikh army. So I think that you have learnt a lot from this video, and if you like this video, please make your comments on this and do share this video with your friends. Thank you.